A woman eats forbidden bat meat and the baby had long ears, stretched like the wings of a bat. Fear filled the room, but little did the mother know, this strange birth was only the beginning of a story the whole village would never forget. Ashamed, she abandons the baby in the forest. An old herbalist picked her. Adana, will she survive? Long ago in a quiet village, a woman was heavy with child. She had carried the baby for many months and was waiting for the right time to give birth. One morning, she woke up with great hunger. Her mouth watered, and she said, I want meat today. I must eat something strong. She walked to the market and found a hunter selling strange-looking meat. The man said it was fresh, and without asking questions, she bought it. She roasted the meat over fire until it was brown and soft. When she tasted it, she smiled. The flavor was sweet, and she ate until her belly was full. What she did not know was that the meat was from a bat, a forbidden animal. In her village, people always said, do not eat the bat. Its spirit is strong, and it can curse your life. But hunger made her blind that day. She forgot the warnings. Later in the evening, her body began to change. She felt weak, and sharp pains moved across her belly. Sweat poured from her face. It was too early, yet something was happening inside her. By midnight, her cries filled the hut. The midwife rushed in to help her. After hours of struggle, the baby came into the world.
Yes, push.
When the mother looked at the child, her heart dropped. The baby had long ears, stretched like the wings of a bat. Fear filled the room. At first, the mother thought her eyes were deceiving her. She rubbed them and looked again, but the baby truly had bat ears. They were longer than any child's ears should be. The midwife whispered, "This is strange. I have never seen such a thing." Neighbors came to see the newborn. Some gasped. Others covered their mouths and whispered to one another. Soon the whole village knew that the woman's baby had strange ears. Children pointed and laughed, calling the child names. The mother's heart was heavy. She loved her baby, but shame covered her like a cloth. She could not sleep well at night. Each time the baby cried, she saw the long ears shake, and it reminded her of her mistake. One day, she sat alone and wept. Why did I eat that meat? Why did I not listen? Now my life is ruined. People will laugh at me forever. Her tears flowed like rain. After a week of thinking, she made a hard and cruel decision. She told herself, I must get rid of this child. If I keep her, I will never have peace. That night, the moon was bright. Owls hooted, and the forest was dark and cold. The mother wrapped her baby in a piece of old cloth. Her hands shook, but her mind was made up. She walked quietly into the thick forest. Her heart beat fast. Each step felt heavy, but she did not stop. The baby was asleep, innocent, not knowing what was about to happen. When she reached a tall tree, she placed the baby on the ground. The wind blew softly, and the baby began to cry. The sound echoed through the trees, but the mother turned her face away. Her eyes filled with tears as she whispered, "Forgive me, my child. I cannot keep you." Then she walked away quickly, covering her ears so she would not hear the cries. That night, the forest became the baby's new home. But fate had other plans. For just before dawn, someone was walking through that same forest. In the forest lived an old woman known as Mama Ebo. She was wise and kind. People came from far villages to seek her herbs and healing. That night, she felt restless and could not sleep. She told herself, "Let me go and pluck some herbs before sunrise." She carried her basket and lantern into the forest. As she bent to gather leaves, she heard a faint sound. She stopped and listened. It was the cry of a baby. Her heart skipped. Who would leave a baby here in this cold? She asked herself. She followed the sound, her lantern shining on the path. At last, she found the baby wrapped in cloth, lying under the tall tree. The baby's long ears shocked her, but her heart was full of pity. She carried the child in her arms and rocked her gently. "Poor little one," she whispered. "You were not meant to die tonight. Come with me. I will be your mother." Mama Ebo took the child home. From that day, she became both mother and father to the abandoned baby. Mama Ebo named the baby Adana, meaning father's daughter, to give her a sense of belonging. She fed her, bathed her, and loved her like her own blood. As Adana grew, her ears became even more noticeable. They were long, thin, and spread out whenever the wind blew. Children from the village laughed whenever she walked past. "Bad girl. Bad girl," they shouted. Adana would run home crying, asking Mama Ebo, "Why are my ears like this? Why can't I look like the other children?" Her tears made Mama Ebo's heart ache. But the old woman always hugged her and said, "Do not cry, my child. What makes you different today will make you strong tomorrow. Your ears are not a curse. They are a gift." Though Adana tried to believe her, the laughter of the other children cut her deeply. Still, she trusted Mama Ebo and stayed close to her side. When Adana turned 10, something strange happened. One day, she was playing near the stream. Suddenly, she realized she could hear voices very far away, voices of women fetching water half a mile from her. Her ears were not just long. They were powerful. She could hear whispers from across the village. At night, she could even hear footsteps of thieves before they reached a compound. Mama Ebo noticed this and smiled. "You see, my child. Your ears are special. They are not like others. You must learn to use them well." Over the years, she trained Adana not only in listening but also in herbs, chants, and wisdom. Adana grew wise and strong. She learned to heal wounds, cure fevers, and protect herself. But in school, things were not easy. Children still mocked her. They pulled her ears, sang songs about bats, and laughed until their stomachs hurt. For many years, Adana kept quiet. She ignored the laughter and walked away. She told herself she was stronger than their words. But deep inside, her heart was full of pain. One afternoon, as she left school, a group of boys blocked her way. They laughed and began to pull her ears roughly. "Fly, bat girl, fly," they mocked. Others clapped their hands and flapped their arms like wings. Adana tried to walk away, but they surrounded her. Tears filled her eyes, but then anger rose in her heart like fire. Her ears began to twitch, and her body felt hot. With a loud scream, she released a strong force. The boys were thrown to the ground as if the wind had carried them. They cried in fear and begged her to stop. That day, the whole school saw Adana's hidden power. The girl with bat ears was no longer weak. She was dangerous, and everyone began to fear her. News spread quickly. "Adana has powers," the children whispered. Nobody mocked her anymore. When she entered class, silence followed her. Some greeted her politely, while others kept their distance. For the first time, Adana felt free. She realized she was not cursed. She was special. The same years they laughed at had become her strength. Mama Ebo was proud. She said, "Now they know you are not a mistake. You are a blessing." She continued teaching Adana how to use her gift with wisdom. Soon, even the same children who mocked her came to her for help. If they were sick or had nightmares, they ran to Adana. She helped them with herbs and advice. Respect replaced mockery. Fear turned into admiration. Adana was no longer but girl. She was now Adana the Strong. Far away, Adana's real mother had become rich. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so you never miss another tale like this. Far away, Adana's real mother had become rich. She had land, cattle, and servants. But there was one thing she did not have: another child. Year after year, she visited healers, priests, and doctors, but her womb remained empty. Her heart was restless, and her nights were full of sorrow. One day, a seer looked into her eyes and said, "The child you abandoned is the key to your happiness. Until you find her, your womb will remain closed." The woman wept bitterly. She remembered the night she left her baby in the forest. Regret cut her like a knife. "If only I could see her again," she cried. From that day, she began to search everywhere. She offered gifts and money to anyone who could help her find her lost daughter. Her search led her to Mama Abo's village. There, she heard stories of a girl with long ears, raised by an old woman. Her heart jumped. "That must be my child," she thought. She traveled quickly and asked for Adana. When she saw her, she knew at once. The ears were the same. Her knees grew weak, and she fell to the ground. "My daughter," she cried. "Forgive me. I was foolish. I left you to die, but I never stopped thinking of you." Tears flowed down her face. Adana stood in silence. She looked at Mama Abo, the woman who raised her with love. Then she looked at the rich woman who had abandoned her. Her heart was torn, but her choice was clear. "You may be my mother by blood," she said, "but Mama Abo is my true mother. She gave me love when you gave me pain." The rich woman wept but promised to care for both Adana and Mama Abo from that day forward. And so, Adana grew up respected and powerful. What once brought her shame became her strength, and her story was told for many years. More powerful stories are coming your way. Adana's life teaches us that what makes us different is not a curse but a hidden gift. The same years that made her mocked became a symbol of strength. The same child who was abandoned became the one everyone respected. Her story reminds us that wealth without love is emptiness, but love and care can raise greatness out of nothing. A true mother is not always the one who gives birth, but the one who stands, protects, and sacrifices. So, never despise your difference. Never mock another for what makes them unique. For what the world laughs at today may be the very thing that shines tomorrow. And above all, remember, love is the greatest power of all.